Back children, we have been studying about urbanization, and now we are going to go further with the causes of urbanization. Next cause we have is the natural growth of population. Now, as we have understood that a place is urbanized on the basis of the increase in population or increase in employment opportunities. Then natural growth of population, where the difference between the birth rate and the death rate gives the natural growth of population. So birth rate is calculated as per the rate of birth that is taking place and the rate of death that is going on. So you get the number of living people on that place. This gives the natural growth of population. In urban areas, due to better and readily available medical facilities, the death rate is constantly going down, and thus the natural growth of population is more. So since in the urban areas we have a lot of medical facilities, the death rate is gradually decreasing, and this is increasing the natural growth of population in this area. Thus, there is always an outward expansion of the towns and cities. That is why there is an expansion, there's an increase in the towns and cities. Then the next condition we have is the religious and historical monuments. So, our ancient culture also is an important factor in the urbanization process. So the religious and historical monuments in an area can also urbanize that area. With the increasing incomes, people from other places in the same country and also from other countries in the world visit religious centers as pilgrims and as tourists to historical monuments and to health resorts. The towns and cities grow to provide various facilities to the tourists. So, the availability or the existence of the religious and historical monuments tempts the tourists to visit that place and increase the population of that area. In the developing countries, the urbanization is growing about 3 times than the growth of the rural areas. Many villages which are close to big cities have merged in those cities and are now referred to as urbanized villages. So now the villages, the places that are merged with the cities are now called the urbanized villages. So the number of big cities or the metropolitan cities is continuously growing in the world. So gradually the metropolitan cities, that is the cities with a lot of facilities and availabilities, is gradually and continuously growing in the world. Now, what is the impact of urbanization? The high rate of urbanization in different parts of the world has brought about many economic, social, educational, cultural, and environmental changes. So, what is the impact or what is the effect of urbanization? So, urbanization has brought about a huge amount of change in the areas in the economic, social, educational, cultural, and environmental areas. The impacts of urbanization vary not only from country to country, but also from city to city in the same country. It also varies according to the total population and its level of development. So, the urbanization affects the population of that area, and also the level of development is also affected. The impact of urbanization can be positive as well as negative. So, we can have a positive impact also, and also we can have a negative effect on urbanization. Now, the positive effects or the positive impacts of urbanization. Now, what is the positive aspects of urbanization? So, first we have is the urbanization provides increased and better housing facilities with most of the modern amenities. Now, when the place is urbanized, then we have a lot of up-to-date and advanced facilities in that area. The institutes of higher education are set up only in urban areas due to the availability of qualified teaching staff. So when the place is urbanized and modernized, then we have a lot of qualified teaching staff, and due to which there will be a lot of availability of the educational institutions. The medical and health care facilities are not only of high quality but are also readily available in big cities. So, we will have a lot of medical facilities in those areas because that is an advanced place and where we can have all the urban and all the advanced technologies in this area. So, this readily is available in the big cities, and therefore, the medical and health care facilities are also of high quality. Then we have the industrial growth in urban areas help in creating a large variety of employment opportunities. So we have a lot of industrial growth in that area, and due to the growth of industries there is a lot of employment opportunities existing in that area. Urbanization generally leads to higher economic growth, which further results in higher per capita income. So as per the urbanization is considered, the industries and the employment opportunities leads to a high per capita income because the people are tempted because of the higher income rate in that area. So the per capita income or the per individual person of a income of a person is comparatively higher from that of the rural areas. The urban areas are well connected with efficient and adequate system of transport and communication. So we have a well effective and efficient and adequate system of transport and communication in these urban areas. The urban areas have better public utility services such as water supply, roads, sanitation, electric supply, etc. So even these urban areas have a better public utility services like the water supply, the roads, sanitation, electricity supply, educational institution, hospitals, and many more facilities of this kind. People belonging to different social and religious groups live and work harmoniously in most of the big cities. So what is the positive impact of this urbanization? The main positive impact of this urbanization is that people live in groups. They have their special religions, they have their own religion and social cultures, but they live harmoniously in big cities. The last positive impact is the urbanization helps in improving the standards of living of most of its residents. So the people living in the urban areas are highly standard and they have a better standard of living in that area. Now let's see what are the negative impacts of urbanization. The first is pressure on public utility services. So since due to the increase in population or increase in the migration of people, the public utility services feel a lot of pressure on them. Normally there is a shortage of farm workers in the villages due to migration to the urban areas. So since the people migrate from villages to urban areas, there will be a shortage of farm workers. So there will be less farmers in that area, and farmers are the basic requirements of a country, because if there is a lot of population, then we will need a lot of food availabilities also. So if the farmers also migrate to the cities and urban areas, then there will be less production of food items. Then there is overcrowding in cities. So due to the availabilities in the urban areas, the cities are gradually becoming overcrowded because people migrate from the rural areas to the city areas. And there are a lot of slum areas in the big cities. So slums also prevail in the urban areas. In the big cities, due to the high rate of urbanization, the cost of living becomes very high. So due to urbanization, even every commodity of that area has a higher rate as compared to the rural areas. The shortage of employment opportunities in big cities force people to indulge in criminal activities. Now, when there's a lot of population in that area, what happens? The people get low employment opportunities, and due to less employment opportunities, a shortage of employment opportunities, a lot of criminal activities are prevailing in this area, like the pickpocketing and thefts also occur in a large amount. The overpopulation in cities can lead to environmental population, and since there is overpopulation in that area, then there will be an environmental pollution due to more vehicles and smoke. Then we have in big cities the joint family system is broken and people prefer to live in nuclear families. So due to the breaking up of joint families, because the families living in villages, they tend to shift, a part of the family tends to shift in the urban areas, due to which the trend of nuclear families is gradually increasing. The congested living due to high density of population may cause some communicable diseases to occur frequently. So this congestion of living will tend to increase the increase the communicable diseases to occur frequently. So this is all for now, children. So we will continue with more part of the chapter in our next session. Till then, have a nice day. Bye bye.